When I was a little child, I loved things like this. We had one at church, and I got on it all the time, and I loved it. And I used to always pose like this, and I would bow all the time in photos, and people like sort of made fun of me. And that was my life for years. And I even went into theater in college, and I loved the stage. And then my husband and I got married, and I worked retail for 16 years. And I left behind the stage, and I left behind speaking other than personally speaking to Robin in the store, one-on-one, again and again. And then Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, the last book came out, and it was going to be a midnight giveaway of this amazing book, okay? And everybody was doing events. And I'm like, well, I can do an event around that. I can act out all of the 6th book in 10 minutes prior to giving out the 7th. And they're like, really? And I'm like, yes, I can do that. So I got on top of the register stand. And at midnight at the toy store, right before midnight, there was 260 people crammed into a toy store when I did a dramatic interpretation of The Dark Prince. It was great. And that was my performance. I hadn't done a performance in years and years and years. And it was years. It wasn't that long before I got to do performances again. When Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows came out, my husband was alive. He was so excited to read the book, and so was I, that, you know what, we bought one copy because we didn't have a lot of money. So he read it, and I read it on turns. So he read it till 3 o'clock at night, and then I read in the morning. And we read the whole book in 2 days. It was great. We read for plot. It was a wonderful book. I loved it. And life went on. And my husband died. And your mind is like a ricocheting ball. Every night you go to bed and think, what could I have done? What could I have done differently? What could I have done to save his life or maybe made it better? There's very little you can read. You can't stop thinking. But I could read Deathly Hallows, because in that book, Harry Potter was going through the same thing I was going through. What could he have done differently that he could have saved Dumbledore? And so I could read that book when I couldn't read much anything else in the world. And as the book progressed, a part came up, and I want you to think about this right now. It was about the Quidditch ball. I open at the close. See, this is the close today. In this moment, we're going to wrap up and we're going to spread, and we may never be able to see each other again. We may never all be in the same room again. And maybe a year from now, if we have the same event, not all of us will be here. But this is the moment, the close. This is the moment when you all fly. When you open up your life to all of us, when you make that choice, the decision to cross the path. Because this is a life and death decision we're making right now, and you're giving it your all. You have made a choice at this moment, on this day, for life, so others never have to suffer as we have suffered here. And I am honored, and I am privileged to be with you, and to share this stage with my greatest friends. Thank you, because this is what partnership is all about. Good luck and God bless.